everybody, it's BH Crochet 2011. This is technically my audition / introduction to the cast-off crew. I want to say thank you to Sweet Pagan Rose Laura for giving me the opportunity to do this. I'm very excited about it, and it feels great to be able to show my work of the things that I've done and I've accomplished. My family is very proud of me, my mom especially. My name is Beth. I'm also a recently got married in September, so my husband and I live with my grandma to help take care of her. A little bit about my crochet background. My mother taught me how to crochet when I was about 15, I think, or a little bit younger when I was in 7th grade. The only thing my mom knew how to make was a granny square, and that's all I knew how to make for the longest time. I started projects but never really finished them, unfortunately. I didn't really finish my first project until I was out of high school. I made a granny square blanket for my best friend when she had her little girl. I don't have the picture of it. I wish I did, since it was my very first project that I actually finished, but I don't have the picture that I know of. My mom may have it, or my best friend may, but I don't have it. My passion for crochet really lies in making people happy, making things for my family, and would really love to make other people happy to be able to donate blankets, which here in town I've had a hard time finding places to actually donate things to. I haven't been able to even find a crochet group here in my hometown, which I wish I did, because it would be fun for me to learn new things and also meet new people and learn what other people have learned throughout their lives of crocheting. A little bit more about my background of crochet. I didn't actually get back into it until I met my husband. Is when I started getting back into crocheting and actually trying to finish projects and doing some venturing out and all that. My first blanket that I ever finished once I got back into crocheting after my first project was for my uncle. I made it for him because he was diagnosed with cancer about 6 years ago, and he had gotten rid of it and it came back about 3 years ago, and he was doing chemotherapy sessions and going to radiation, and he had been losing a lot of weight, so I wanted to make him something small that he could take with him, and I made him a small blanket. It was my first full Afghan that was just double crochet back and forth. It was big enough for him just to take to his sessions with him, so that he wouldn't get so cold with the medicine that they were giving him. After I made his, we found out that my mother-in-law had cancer, and I had started trying to make her a blanket, but I was unable to finish it because we lost her 2 years ago, July, from cancer. She had lung cancer. That was hard for my husband and I both. I wasn't able to finish her blanket before she passed, but I decided that I wasn't going to finish the blanket either, because for my husband and I it just didn't feel right to make a blanket that was meant for her, for us to keep or to give to somebody else. But I kept the yarn to try to figure out something else to make with it. And I also, unfortunately, lost my uncle last July from his cancer. He lost his battle as well. I had made him that blanket, and to see the joy and the happiness in his face just brightened my life. I mean, he loved that blanket with all his heart and soul, and he was so happy with it. He took it everywhere with him, and he bragged about it all the time, and it made me feel good, even though it wasn't well made. I also had made one for my aunt, for her to take with her to the chemo sessions with him. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of that to show you from her, but she loved that blanket as well, and that's kind of where my passion lies, is seeing the happiness that it brought to my family, especially my uncle. After losing him, my passion grew even more, and I have made quite a few things over the last couple years, even before I lost him, and even more now. So I do have some things to show you. I have pictures that I will put at the end of this video of some of the other things I've made that I don't physically have anymore. So first I'll start with the first crochet pattern I ever actually followed and was able to accomplish well. I still have problems with crochet patterns, and I'm still working on that. One one crochet pattern at a time. I found these on, I believe it was Red Heart, one of their free patterns, and it was a Christmas stocking. I made one for my grandmother, my husband, and I, and our 2 animals, and this is what came out of it. This is the large one. There was 3 different size ones. This is the large one. The actual crochet pattern actually ended at the top here, where the dark ends. I wasn't real fond of the way that it came out with that, so I added the cuff on them myself and just kind of eyeballed them. So I tweaked it just a little bit, and I like the way the cuff looks. This is the large one. I wasn't real fond of the way the pattern came out because it was a little too big and it kind of raveled and bunched in places, so it didn't set well when you hung it up. But I made that for my grandma. And then this is the medium sized ones that I made for my husband and I. This is one I made for myself. Same as my grandma's, just vice versa on colors. This is the one I made for my husband. And again, the cuffs were just kind of eyeballed. Is really all it was. They're single crochet. Everything on it's single crochet. So this is the one. These are the small ones. This is the one I made for my grandma's cat, Apollo. He's a boy, and so I made him a green one. And then I made a pink one for our little puppy Hannah. And I love the little ones. They came out so cute. The medium ones did too, but I thought the little ones were so much cuter. So the next thing I have for you is my first beanie hat that I made for my husband. It is Red Heart black yarn. I love Red Heart. I'm a very big Red Heart fan. The only place I have a good selection of Red Heart is at our local Walmart here in town. It's the only place that actually has a good selection of Red Heart yarn besides the internet. So, but it's my first attempt, and it came out good. It's fitting well. It's a little bit big, but it fits him very well because he kind of has a big head. But it fits him very well, and he loves it. And I just did a braid on it. So I made one for my nephew as well, but it was actually too small for his head, because I didn't have him to actually size it on. The next thing I have to show you is, one time when I was at Walmart, I saw that Burnett had a pipsqueak yarn that was kind of fuzzy. It was kind of one of those novelty bulky yarns, and I've never worked with it at all, and I wanted to give it a try. So I made a baby blanket. I didn't make me one, but I made a baby blanket. This baby blanket. It's not too big, but it's big enough for a baby, for a crib. It doesn't have a border on it because I have to go back and get some yarn. I just haven't had the money to get it yet, so I plan on getting it. But I love the way it came out. It's very soft, and I mean it's pretty heavy, but it's perfect. It's just a regular granny square, because with me being new to it, I kind of wanted to just start something simple that I knew how to do, that I thought would come out perfect, and it did with the granny square. My next attempt is to do something a little bit more elaborate with it, and I'll see how that comes out. The next thing I have 2 big projects. This one I just recently finished, and it is a blanket for my husband that I made. And it was the Tunisian interlac crochet, I think. I know I'm saying it wrong. From Beth in Texas tutorial. I made the squares a little bit bigger. I kind of tweaked it a little bit to make them a little bit bigger. But here's it. It's basically black with 2 variegated yarns in it. And this yarn here, it's like a yellow, blue, greenish, teal color here. The square was the blanket color that I had picked out for his mom to try to make her a blanket, and was unable to finish it. So I decided, since I was making him one, that I would put that yarn in there, and he loves it, and it made him feel good, and it made me feel good too, to actually use it for something for us that he and I both loved, and he uses it all the time. I just did a half double crochet on the border with the 2 colors on it, and I started with 1 square, so it came out as a totally square blanket. And the last thing I have to show you is a granny square blanket that I made. I really don't ever plan on wanting to do this again because it wasn't easy to do, especially with the color of yarn that I did on the border of it, which if I do it again it'll be a totally different color. But this is what it turned out to be. It's basically black with 4 different colored tones from Red Heart. They were new when I bought them. These tone colors, they were new. They had just come out with them, and they were pink tones, blue tones, green tones, and purple tones, and I did an outline of black. And I crocheted them together with a single crochet, which kind of gave one side a ridge, which was really pretty. My grandma loved it. In the outline, I just did the 4 colors that I did on the inside, and the corners came out very square, unfortunately. So I don't know how that happened. I think I just did them a little too tight. So, but yeah, my grandma really loves this blanket. It's a pretty good sized blanket, and I love the way it came out. It really turned out really pretty. I don't know how well you can actually see it, or if you can see the colors or not, but it came out very pretty. So that's all the stuff I have to show you as of right now. I'm saving some of it for when I actually do my first cast off crew video, which have been recent stuff that I've gotten done. And again, I want to thank Sweet Pagan Rose, aka Laura, for giving me this chance, and I'm really looking forward to doing my first video and getting all the comments from everybody on my stuff. So thanks. Bye.